Come on, Gwen. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Walk with Regis. Today is February 19th. Today, the weather, the highs will be in the high 40s to low 50s, and the lows will be in the mid 30s. Looks like it got just a little warmer. Taking a glimpse into the week ahead, though, we're going to be in the 40s for the next couple days, then down to the 30s. Don't take any stock into anything beyond a couple of days from now, because that could change. There is a 0% chance of precipitation today. And let's see what kind of news we can dig up today. The New York State seizes the property of popular Buffalo restaurant. Ooh. We're into the third week of February, and this time of the year is especially always a low business time for the service industry, especially restaurants. It's cold and snowy, with people more inclined to stay inside for lunch or dinner. However, Buffalo and Western New York has had a bit more of an urge to venture out to places since we're so used to this kind of weather and have accepted it as a way of life. Buffalo is known for its wings and then beef on whack. Buffalo is also home to fantastic pizzeria. It's home to a ton of pizzeria, most of them serving up Buffalo style pizza, which is slightly thicker style with cup and char pepperoni and a sweeter sauce. However, there are New York style pizzerias in Western New York, with one of the most popular being Zeddy's Pizza and Pasta in Amherst. It's located off Flint and Maple Roads near the North Campus of the University of Buffalo. On Friday, news came of Zeddy's closing, and it may be for good. Buffalo Eats broke the news on social media that Zeddy's property was seized by the state for non-payment of taxes. Wow! Uncertain if Zeddy's will open for a bit, but that's in limbo due to these notices on the front door of the pizzeria. Wow! I know the lady who, I don't know if she owns it, but she's always at least shopping for it. I think she and her son own it, and we're such good friends. She gave me a shirt that I'll wear in the spring on my days off to advertise for Zeddy's. I'll take a quick separate video of that shirt if you guys want and upload that after this one. I got it in pink because it's a standout shirt, and you know, I like the owner so much that I offered to wear their shirt out and about and have people ask me about their place. I had hoped that I'd bring them more customers, but now, what good is that? I mean, I didn't know she wasn't paying her taxes. You never know about a person, but she's the sweetest lady, and she always likes to hear updates about my cats and kittens, and she always takes time out of her busy day or schedule to listen to me rant on about cats for 5 minutes. And she's so sweet, and she's one of the best huggers. And I haven't seen her son in a bit, but he's so sweet too. Well, I wish them the best. I hope everything can get resolved, they can open back up and maybe learn from this. Erie County Water Authority addresses concerns. Okay, article taking its time to load. Maybe back out and go back in. Back out, go back in. This does not look like it's going to be an article that wants to load. Alright, well. I'll wait a minute longer. Nope, it's not loading. I'm moving past it. Rare, remarkable photo at Lake Erie on social media is remarkable, but of course, I can't show that to you. But you could look that up. Rare, remarkable photo, Erie Lake. Or Lake Erie. New York State Starbucks to launch home delivery service. Bring your caffeine fix to your doorstep. I'd rather have Timmy Ho-Ho-Ho's. Starbucks is overpriced for the same product. And Ho-Ho-Ho's tastes better. 10 items Goodwill's won't accept. I already read that one. Legos used as building blocks to education in Buffalo. Well, that's cool. Why do I have the feeling I'm reading the same articles as yesterday? Let me look in my notifications. I'm not going to read the article, but I will read the title. So that way, if you want to look it up later, you can. Infant body found in submerged car in flooded West Virginia. And that's from NBC News. Educator with Buffalo ties reflects on sentencing of mass shooter. People in our area with a connection to Buffalo have been reacting this week to the sentencing of the Buffalo shooter since a judge sentenced him to 11 life sentences in prison without the possibility of parole. Dr. Sean Nelms, the superintendent of East High School, grew up in Buffalo, and explained he felt the sentencing was fair given that New York doesn't allow the death penalty. But he also believes this tragedy highlighted how urban communities lack socio-economic support that must change. When Peyton Gendron was handed down 11 life sentences for each life he took in the shooting back in May 2022, Dr. Nelms was watching and felt it was fair. For someone who violently and maliciously targeted, hunted, and killed people of color, but also hurt an entire city, an entire nation, he said, reminding us of the ugliness of racism that perinates our American past, present, and unfortunately will be seen in our future. Despite Gendron making an apology, Dr. Nelms shares doubts the shooter really means it and calls for more education on denouncing racism in schools and embracing diversity. He may not have had courses that talked about the beauty of all folks in this great country of ours, he continued. So to what extent does a curriculum in our high schools reflect the contributions and struggles of all people? Having an accurate portrayal of American history might give people who are being indoctrinated through social media or only given one perspective about a group of people pause and give them something to think about. Alright, let's look for more news stories. I'm not going to read the article, but I will read the title. Lawsuit, mentally ill man froze to death in Alabama jail. Alright, let's see what else we can find. Huge invasive snakehead fish caught on underwater camera. I wonder where at. South Florida. There's now snakeheads in South Florida. Someone must have had a snakehead pet and released it into the wild because they can no longer care for it. Good boy. They're good eating, fun to catch, easy to fillet and cook. Great camping food. Some foil, a lemon, or your favorite seasoning, and a jar of olive oil. Alright, looks like somebody already figured out what to do with them. That's what I say. If we have an invasive species, eat it. Unless you can't, like bugs. In which case, bring in something that will eat it. Buffalo Diocese substantiates abuse allegations against 2 priests. Of course they will. That's... Excuse me. Mom's simple trick for diffusing her toddler's tantrum is going viral because it works. Toddler tantrums are testing your patience. Try doing zoomies. Not only will your kid stop crying, but she'll feel calmer. The zoomies, or frenetic random activity periods, is a term used when dogs suddenly start racing around to burn off energy. POV, this is how you gentle parent when your toddler is on the verge of a meltdown. Zoomies. Alright, let's see. There's a... Oh, you want to take me to Instagram? No, thank you. In the clip, her 18-month-old daughter, Icy, is visibly distressed and crying, but she diffuses this situation by running around in circles. The little girl's sour mood lifts and she begins laughing. Ends with her and a smiling Icy sharing a big hug that brought many viewers to tears. Okay, well, the only reason why I kept saying she and her was because she has a name that is spelled in a weird way and I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to try. I don't want to butcher people's names this morning. It's too early to be butchering people's names this morning because they want to be different, unique, and have a name nobody ever invented before. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, just saying I don't want to pronounce that today. 5K and a half marathon to be held in memory of Buffalo mass shootings. Well, that's good. They're starting to share videos. Oh, my news feed switched from local to For You. No wonder I'm getting less and less local. Have to keep an eye on that. Have to be vigilant. Even though you put For You, they keep switching you over to local. Or even though you keep wanting to go down just local, they keep switching it to For You. They're like, you will read national news, not just Buffalo. I mean, do you guys want to hear more national headlines? Let me know in the comments below. If y'all want me to include more national headlines, I will. I will even read them. I just assume you guys are interested in Buffalo and Buffalo only news, especially if you're not from here. Maybe you might want to hear about what's going on in a city you're not from. Or if you're from Buffalo, you're interested in what you missed. Like me, who's always missing a lot. Alright, let's see. Oh wow, it must have happened a while ago because the last news story left off under my local page is the Legos as building blocks of education story. That was a minute ago. Alright, let's see. "79 ugly photos that show the truth about Niagara Falls." I'll look at those pictures later. Alright, let's see. ESWA NY agencies address Ohio train derailment as health concerns linger. The Erie County Water Authority said it wants to clear up any questions about the local water supply following a fiery train derailment in northeast Ohio. I don't know if you guys know, but a train carrying toxic chemicals in Ohio derailed and caught on fire, and all of them toxic chemicals combined into a new kind of chemical that when firefighters went to put the fire out, made some kind of, or spilled into the waterway, entered the air. Crows are back. People in towns around the area are experiencing burning nose and throat, skin rashes, and the government's telling them it's okay to stay in their home, but they can't be in their basement, and etc. And they're like, well, if it's not okay to be in my basement, then how is the rest of my home safe? And it's permeated wood and stone, etc. And then they got to throw away all their belongings because it's been contaminated, and etc. And they don't have the money to replace everything they have to throw away. And if it permeated their belongings, they were going about their daily lives, why didn't it permeate them? They're like, well, it did permeate us, and you're just not doing anything about it. East Palestine's watershed flows southwest towards the Mississippi River and is geographically isolated from Lake Erie's watershed, making it impossible for chemical residues from the derailment to enter our area's water sources. That's not to say that the stuff won't go into the atmosphere and come back down as rain later. That's what I said, not the article. I think they're just trying to hush this whole incident and downplay it. I think it's a lot worse than what it led off to be. Alright, I'm going to read the name of one more article and then that's it. I'm calling it. Major ice and snowstorm heading for New York State. When is this? Let me see. Tell me when. Pretty active weather with Tuesday to Thursday could be here. Okay. That's the last article. They said it's too early to tell, but sometime this week, sometime between Tuesday and Thursday, we could have a major snowstorm. Alright, I guess we better bundle up for it. And that's it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, hit the like button. If you don't, hit that dislike button. Share if you guys want to. Subscribe if you want to. Regis, speak. 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 Roof, speak. Speak. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.